Hey everyone, today's Active Self-Protection Extra is on effective dry fire. And I want to tell you, I think this will make you as effective a shooter as you can possibly be. And for most people, this will make you better, faster than anything else that you can do when you're not on the range. What we're really focusing on is our front sight. Now, this particular gun is my training gun, right? I'm really working on the RMR. Scott Jedlinski, Jedi's helping me with that RMR transition. I'm getting close. But regardless of that, it has backup irons as well. And I want to show you the thing that you want to do here is you really want to work on, you're pressing that trigger very firmly to the rear. You're getting a good, full, firm firing grip. So let's talk about what that looks like. Here's our biggest thing that we're doing. What we're trying to do is we're trying to can keep all these fingers separate and just press straight back. Now notice what I'm doing here is I am pressing with the second knuckle. I'm not curling, I'm not hooking, I'm trying to press straight down with that second knuckle. Now what that looks like on the gun is as we have the gun in hand, what we're doing here is we're pressing straight downward. And if you notice on my finger that I'm trying to get the pad of my index finger on the trigger. So I get the pad of the index finger. That's what that looks like. I'm not hooked over the front like this. I'm not just pressing with the very end of the pad. I get the full middle of my pad on the trigger finger. Now, I'm not trying to curl this knuckle. I'm trying to press with this knuckle. I'm pressing straight to the rear until the gun goes off. That's what we're going to do. We're going to hold that gun nice and firm. And one of the things I'm going to show you here, again, this is a training barrel. It's my training gun. So as I put that on sights here, and I see you guys get to see that. So then what I get here is as it presses down, you notice that it didn't move. And it's exactly the way that we want it. I'm going to show you empty gun, right? Empty magazine and empty chamber that we verified. Also, safe direction here. I have block walls in this studio. So a full firing grip means I have my gun hand on the gun. I'm getting good pressure on that. I'm not trying to squeeze. I'm trying to press the front strap into the rear strap. I'm getting my second hand on the gun. So I have my full firing grip. That's my first thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive that gun out there and I'm going to control the trigger. And what my goal is to keep that front sight from moving, because when I shoot, what I want to do is I want to align the sights, get front sight in between rear sight, get good accurate sight picture and sight alignment, and then don't disturb that while the trigger is pressed to the rear until the bullet exits the muzzle. So here's how we're going to do that. We get our good full firing grip on like we normally would. Now, when we drive that gun out there, what we want to see as the trigger goes down is that you notice that my front sight didn't move. Now, I took that real slow, but again, same thing, second rep, here I come. I'm going to set up just a little bit just because that's better. Notice that my front sight didn't move. Third rep, here I come. Now, you notice this isn't my everyday carry gun. This is an M&P 1.0, which is fine. It doesn't matter which gun you're shooting because any gun that you shoot, you can do the same thing. Don't believe me? Traditional double action gun. Burst of Thunder 380 has a magazine disconnect, so empty mag goes in the gun. And got to snap that in. It's the only traditional double action gun that I have right now. Same thing, full firing grip on the gun. Gun presses out, nice and tall, John. No problem. See that? Again, that was a single action shot there, so pretty easy, but let's think about the double action shot. So I decocked, same thing, just got a longer trigger. Notice the front sight shook just a little bit because it's a little harder, a little bit more trigger, but it stayed there and it didn't flinch downward while the gun went off. In fact, just the opposite, maybe just a tiny bit of upward movement that you can see. Gun went off. Still don't believe me? End-framed 44 Magnum revolver, empty gun. Here we go, revolver, slightly different grip. See that? Front sight stays the same, trigger press straight to the rear. A little harder with that one, but you can still do it. So try it. Do 10 reps of dry fire like that every day for 30 days, and I'll guarantee you that you'll get faster with your gun.